Hey, what's up everybody? It's your boy, Proftrof, and we're back again with another set reaction. What the fuck? Yeah, this is Heroes of Might and Magic 4. This is probably one of my least favorite Heroes games. Well, I've only played 3, but yeah. Actually, I've played 4. I've played 6. Okay, so this is my Heroes 5, Heroes 3, Heroes 4, Heroes 6 so far for me. So let's check it out. Let's see his opinion on Heroes 4.
Hey people, Seth here. Today, I'll be covering a game designed on a shoestring budget while its own parent company was going bankrupt, Heroes of Might and Magic 4, and despite how little time and money they had, the outcome is pretty damn impressive. It also managed to produce 2 expansions on a nanofiber budget. The result, well, have a look for yourselves.
Mongo, great barbarian from the north, seeking to conquer new lands for his kingdom. Spasmaticus, a young king on a mad quest to rule the world. 5 leaders from 5 different lands have set their sights on the kingdom of Channing and the riches of its capital city. Only one can emerge victorious. Only one will weather the winds of war.
Story. To recap the events of Heroes 3, some mages enchanted 2 swords to each have the nuclear yield of a small sun, stated only in the fine print of a shipping invoice.
One second, that does. Okay, we're back.
These swords shouldn't touch, or else warranty is null and void, since the planet will erupt in a nuclear explosion. So, 2 heroes do exactly that and kill everyone. Some people manage to survive by following portals to a new planet, so they can ruin it all over again. Unfortunately, there's no Geneva Conventions or NATO oversight for wizardry, which is arguably the greatest cause of death in the Might and Magic universe. War crimes by arguably the greatest cause of death.
Wizards only make up 0.7 of the world's population, yet commit 26%.
In the Might and Magic universe, war crimes by practitioners of the arcane are rarely prosecuted, as mages will often teleport out of courtrooms and cast mass Alzheimer's on the judge and jury. The only people not susceptible to magical subversion are barbarians. Being so mentally retarded, they're not even considered a vegetable anymore. Gameplay. Heroes 4 is the most Heroes-centric game of the entire series. Heroes in this game have a physical presence in the battlefield and can be killed. It's just gonna cost you your entire army to do so. Heroes go from being fragile glass to killing 2 or 3 black dragons per attack. As heroes level up, the power gap between them and normal units only increases. At some point, you're left feeling like a Dragon Ball Z character. If a plot of Dragon Ball Z involved slaughter, you're left feeling like a Dragon Ball Z character.
Seth? Kakarot, where are you? Whoa, Seth? Just because I have a penis I can't be pregnant? Yeah, how about you keep your fucking gender roles off my body? Seth, I need an explanation.
If a plot of Dragon Ball Z involved slaughtering entire populations of crippled, boneless children. And that's a good feeling. To all the Heroes 4 critics out there, have you never experienced the intoxicating sensation of absolute control, of absolute power? I have. Once. My friend was in anaphylactic shock from his nut allergy, and I stole his. My friend was in anaphylactic shock from his nut allergy. And I stole his EpiPen. I'm really sorry about that, by the way. I thought the nut allergy was a joke. I mean, I'm not gay either. I thought the nut.
Bitch, do I need to slap you to remind you of what you call me when you want? Now gay, right, or else the backhand will be your only friend for a week.
Allergy was a joke. I mean, I'm not gay either. I've also got an allergy to nut. Heroes 4 plays differently too, but maintains many of the older game's mechanics. You explore and plunder the lands and slowly build up an unstoppable team of.
Yeah, but in this one you don't need heroes to go around the map. You can have units split from your parties, and they can search the map. Which I didn't like that at all. I know some people like that. I fucking hate that shit.
Adventurers to dominate rival players. The original campaigns are all good fun and tell some enjoyable stories with lots of colorful character development. In fact, some of the campaigns have such lengthy dialogue and text that you feel like you're reading a short fantasy novel instead. The same can't be said for the 2 expansions, which sound like they were recorded off a copper wire inside a submarine.
Mysterio the Magnificent has traveled south to the shores of the SsethTzeentach Sea, to a wild land inhabited by many untamed and ferocious tribes. Little is known about this region, even to the great Mysterio the Magnificent.
With maybe a small paragraph of text explaining your motivations that can be summarized as, "Hey faggot, some necromancer is resurrecting people's assholes and ruining the prostitution industry. Stop him by collecting his offshore banking details hidden across 7 tax havens." Both the expansions feel like some filler bullshit intended to suck up as much of your time as possible to justify the original box price. Don't expect anything more than a handful of new units and structures. There's less units in the game compared to the third title, and they don't have second tier upgrades like before, but every single creature has special abilities and properties that make them distinctly unique, such as these Irish migrants, violent and aggressive, but easy to kill, with the ability to give themselves extra luck once per turn, but they'll need a lot more than luck to unify their island. There's lots of little quality of life improvements from the previous game. You no longer have to visit every single fucking neutral dwelling to collect your forces. Instead, you use a caravan system to safely and quickly transport troops between structures in towns, provided there's a direct logistic route available. In towns, you now need to pick upgrade paths to choose which higher tier units you'd like to produce, allowing you to adapt your strategy according to the enemy or what sort of resources you've got access to. The unit models look alright. Maybe they're 3D models baked into 2D sprites, who knows. Whatever they are, most of them are quite well animated with joke animations if you mouse over them. Like this female chaos sorceress, who's undergoing chemotherapy. As for the combat itself, there's some new movement grid that I don't exactly understand, but I do appreciate that projectiles and spells now have collision and actually require you to have direct line of sight to your intended target. This means that you can actually conceal your shooters and spellcasters from direct attack by placing bulkier melee units in front of them. Resource management in the game is some weird shit, since most towns produce less gold even when fully upgraded, and many buildings cost more resources than you'd find on the map. Again, heroes are necessary to build up a reliable line of credit. High-ranking shekel collectors and Jew lords can be elected as governors for cities if they have a nobility skill, improving unit recruitment and providing extra daily gold and resources if they completed an accountancy course. Some upgrades in towns also make no fucking sense. In Heroes 3, building a citadel and a castle would greatly improve your defenses, while in 4 they provide you with a wall and a gate that can be killed in a single turn, despite costing the equivalent of several max level units to build. Unlike in Heroes 3, where all the towns are represented by different factions, Heroes 4 towns are grouped loosely by their school of economic ideology, contrasted by their polar opposite. These are order, planned economy, chaos, anarcho-capitalism, nature, the free market, life, crypto-theocracy, death, communism, and might. The single market ethno-state of Zion. Supporters of their respective ideology are varied and diverse. The free market commands phoenixes capable of reincarnating after a market crash, while communism boasts Bolshevik vampires that sustain themselves off the grain and blood of Polish peasants. Heroes are multidisciplinary in this game, since on top of mages and Super Saiyans, you can also recruit heroes skilled in stealth who can sneak across the map undetected, so long as the enemy doesn't have a superior scouting skill to reveal them, allowing you to stealthily flag dwellings and disrupt supply lines, or even potentially taking an undefended city under your opponent's nose. Heroes 4 allowed you to do something wacky as well. Creatures can be split from heroes and used to independently explore and take resources or items, but can never flag dwellings by themselves. It's an interesting idea that also means your main heroes never have to leave a front line, since reinforcements will reach them manually from nearby towns. Remember diplomacy in Heroes 3? A lot of people complained about that, so now you have 2 diplomacy skills, allowing you to convert a fraction of neutral monsters to your side. However, one requires money, and the other one requires nothing. Also, it now works on enemy armies, allowing you to pay off a portion of the opponent's army and persuade them to turncoat before the battle even begins. There's a huge range of spells in this game, and that's part of the main allure. Learning the highest level spells takes time, since there's now 5 levels of mastery for each school, up to Grand Mastery, which also requires proficiency in sub-skills to reach, but it's well worth it when you turn your 8-man party into an 8-man group of immortals by casting Divine Intervention every single turn. On a final note, the music in Heroes of Might and Magic 4 is absolutely fantastic. The other Heroes games are also great in terms of music, but the compositions here are much more reminiscent of the opera performances you'd hear in Heroes 2. It's very calm and soothing, and doesn't grate on your ears even after you've listened to them for a few hours. Conclusions: I hope you've enjoyed reading this essay as much as I enjoyed writing it. Heroes 4 is a fantastic game that enjoyed reading this essay as much as I enjoyed writing it. Heroes 4 is a fantastic game that never got the exposure it deserved from living in the shadow of its universally acclaimed predecessor, but it's still worth playing and provides you with hours of fun. I also got it for only about $10 on Good Old Games. Here in Scandinavia, $10 will maybe buy you 2 small potatoes and some grilled firewood, but this will keep the hunger pangs at bay for much, much longer. As always, more content will keep the hunger.
Hex has always been capable of dominating his fellow demons physically, so for the longest time he was forced to do the job no one else wanted. After the reckoning, many demons shied away from necromancy, not Hex. This was his chance to gain power and his chance for revenge. Ooh.
Pangs at bay for much, much longer. As always, more content to come, so stay tuned. A warm thanks to the many members of the Merchants Guild funding and bankrolling these terrible videos. You're all truly wonderful, and I'm running out of Heroes games to review, so I can feel the noose closing in on me. Have a good one.
I've got no more words for this. Anyway, this was Heroes of Might and Magic 4 review by Seth. I like this game. I'm probably gonna replay it because after watching this video I kinda wanna replay it. I replayed Heroes 3 recently and Heroes 5, so fuck it, might as well do Heroes 4. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time, buddy. Oh, by the way, after I upload some videos today, we're gonna be streaming some Doom Eternal on the highest difficulty, so you're welcome to come for that shit.